This is video 001C, counting 0 to 100 for Spanish 1. Okay, here are my notes for numbers. I cannot stress that you won't be able to do this unless you memorize numbers. You have to memorize 0 to 20 and then 20 to 100 by tens. Alright, so there's just no way around that. So knowing number 1 here, 100 is cien. There's no explanation for that. That's a memorization. You can't be taught why 100 is cien. It's just that way. Number 2 here, 8 is ocho. There's no need to explain why. It just is. Now number 3 here, I can explain. We got 57, so it's 50 and 7. 50 is cincuenta. You should have memorized that. There's nothing, no major brain power required for that. Just a memorization. Cincuenta and 7. Y siete. Okay, number 4. 70 and 3. Setenta y tres. So 70 and 3. For number 5. 16. 16. Now, there's no reason for you to understand the why. It just is that way. Memorize it. Now, I am going to show you why. 16 is 10 and 6, right? 10 and 6 equals 16. We got 10, we got 6. These combine into one word. The Y changes to an I. And the letter Z, when it comes right before an E or an I, changes to a C. And this is why. An accent mark gets thrown over that for pronunciation rules that you will learn later. But it does have to be there, and without the accent mark, the word is wrong. It would be pronounced wrong without the accent mark also. Okay, so number 6 is 22, so that's 22. Now, let's look at how we got that. We got 20 y dos. Okay, E and E and a Y become the letter I. Okay, so now that's how we get the spelling. If we don't put an accent mark over the O, then it becomes a different word. It sounds different. It's pronounced differently, so the accent mark must be put there. There are pronunciation rules that you will learn later that will explain why that's done. You have to do it or it's not correct. Okay, 20 for number 7, 20. Nothing difficult about that. Let's see, number 8 is 23. The 20s are what may give you a little bit of difficulty here because you have to do some memorizing. So the 22 and the 23, 25, 27, 26, all these require some memorization. So 23 is 23. You can memorize it as they are all over here on the right side. There's 23. You can memorize it. You can try to understand why it is what it is instead. So 23 is 23. This is how it started out. This is no longer an acceptable way to write it, so you have to do it this way. The E and the Y compress into the letter I. And you have to put an accent mark here or the pronunciation would change. Okay, ignore that red line there. The computer doesn't realize I'm speaking in Spanish. There we go. All right, number 9, 54. 50 y cuatro. 50 and 4. Now, if your difficulty here is not understanding 50, then that's a problem because all we're talking about for 50 is memorization. You had to know that 50 was 50. You cannot do numbers if you have not done basic memorization. So, I can't help you with that. So number 10, 14, 14. No brain power required because if you come over here to the notes, there's 14 and there's 14. It's just pure memorization. All right, this concludes video C for counting 0 to 100.